Hello, dear students and friends. Welcome to the lecture room of Applied Chemistry 2. And in Applied Chemistry 2, we are going to start about the study of the polymers. So this is the basic unit 1, and this is the first topic of unit 1, that is polymers. So first of all, we are going to see what are the polymers and how they can be classified and what are their importance in our day-to-day life. Okay, so shall we start then? So polymers are then really made up of two Greek words. That is, one is poly. You know that poly, that means many or more than one or more than two, three. That comes under the poly. And meros, that is another Greek word that indicates the parts. So polymers are generally those substances which have many parts of any substance or any molecule. So it can be defined as polymers as macromolecular structure containing large number of simple repetitive units of monomer. Okay, so they can be, these are generally macromolecular structure, means they are having a high molecular weight and they are having a different kind of bonding properties, different kind of physical appearances as they are going to the macromolecular structure. But it does not indicate that every macromolecular structures are polymer. There are some other macromolecules also. They are due to their single compound, they are forming a macromolecular structure, but they are not polymers. Okay, so this is the misnomer that every macromolecules are not polymers, but polymers are macromolecules. Okay, so the process of this conversion of monomer into polymer are called polymerization. So polymerization is the process, and the final product after polymerization is known as polymer. Okay, so the example is polythene. This is a very important example that we are using it day to day life. Other examples of polymers include the starch, where we are eating the rice or bread or anything else that contains starch. Along with that, we are eating the protein. Proteins are also polymers of amino acids. So they can be considered as copolymer because they are not single molecule. They contain the various kind of amino acids. The amino acids not the single type. Okay, so they based upon that they are also classified. We are going to see it next. So classification based on their properties, structure, their thermal behavior, their tacticity, their mode of origin, based of basis of synthesis, they are going to classify it. So first classification is based on their structure, based on their presence of monomer, whether they can be of single type or different type. They can be classified based on their thermal behavior or their changing properties according to their heat. They can be classified due to the mode of synthesis, how can they can be prepared. They also classified based on that, based on their origin, whether they are obtained from natural food sources or we are synthesizing them in laboratory. They are again classified based upon their tacticity, means they having, if they having the side chain, the position of the side chain, they also can be classified. Along with that, their chemical structure. Now we are going to see one by one the one classification. If not possible in today's class, we are going to finish the complete classification in next class also. So continuing the topic that is based on the structure of polymer. So they can be of three types: linear chain, branched chain, and another is cross-linked polymer. So now we are going to see one by one what are the linear chain polymers. So as the name suggests, linear means in a line. Okay. So if the monomers in the polymeric structure are in a single line and there is no junction or there is no branching of other molecules, then they can be known as the linear molecule, linear polymer. Suppose one chain is there and no hanging or no any kind of branches are there, like polythene. Polythene, that it is the polymer of ethene or ethylene. Ethylene molecule is the alkene, simplest alkene. So this is the basic structure of linear polymer, whether the same kind of monomer are in the chain. Okay, there is no other difficulty in the structure. They can be bonded through the covalent bond, or they can be bonded through the other bonds. Generally, covalent bonds are there, but they are will be in a single chain. Next kind of structure is branched chain polymer. This is the structure of glycogen. As you can see, these molecules are nothing but glucose. And so the chain, there is linear chain, that is linear chain, but there are branching are there. So if the branches are there in the linear chain of this polymer, then we can call this as branched chain polymer. So branched chain polymers are also contain this linear chain polymer, but there are branching are there, so they are considered as branched chain polymers. So next kind of polymers is cross-linked polymers, means there is linkage between the various branches or various linear chain of this molecule. So see that this is one chain, this is one chain, and this is one chain. These are chain polymer, but there is cross linkage. So these are the cross linkage or bonding. So bonding are there between the polymers, or this bonding can be of single linear molecule also. So it can be a chain, it can be a chain, it can also be a chain. So one chain can link through the other chain of this polymer, or then it can be considered as cross-linked polymer. As an example is bakelite, that is one thermosetting polymer. That means they cannot change their property in terms of heating, and thus they are using in the switches. Okay, so the plastics or the substance that are we are seeing everyday life in switches are nothing but the cross-linked polymer, that is bakelite. Okay. Now, next class of polymer, that is based on the type of monomer. So we know that polymers are generally more than one monomers are there. So based upon that, they can be classified in homopolymer and copolymer. So first of kind, homopolymer, if there are only one type of monomers are there, they can be considered as homopolymer, like polyethylene, polyvinyl chloride, starch, glycogen, etc. This kind of molecule, that is homopolymer, are generally basic. They contain the same kind of structure, that is polyethylene, polymer of ethylene. So ethylene molecule is there. There is nothing but the polymer of ethylene, that's why polyethylene. Polyvinyl chloride, so vinyl chloride is there. So single molecule in this monomer that contains the repetitive units of this single molecule, that is homopolymer. Starch is there. So starch glycogen contains the monomer of glucose. So glucose is the single unit of this polymer, and which are having a chain or branched edge. So they can be chain like molecule, they can be branched polymer, they can be cross-linked polymer, but they should contain the single monomeric unit. These are known as homopolymer, and these kind of homopolymers are generally prepared by a normal polymerization reaction like addition reaction, or addition reaction. They are mechanisms are like free radical reaction, cationic reaction, anionic reaction. That's we are going to see it in the later stages of class. So next we have the copolymer. The copolymers are nothing but the polymers which are having more than one type of monomer. So here in the chain you can see that A is there. In homopolymer there is only A, but in copolymer there A combines with B, and now there is B. Okay, A B A B. That can be more than one. Okay, more than one, more than two. So if there is polymerization of this kind of molecule, then they can be considered as copolymer. Buna S, that is a molecule that contains the styrene molecule as well as butadiene molecule. So they combine in to form the copolymer, and this based upon this copolymeric unit, they are also classified like block polymer or random polymer. If the one block of this different molecule is there next to the different kind of block of molecule, then it can be considered as block polymer. Or if there are some one after one alternating unit of copolymer monomeric structure, is one, then B, then A, then B, then A, then B. That can be a different kind of things. there is randomness in this structure. You can see this, that is random copolymer. So based upon the type of monomeric unit, different monomeric unit arranged in this copolymer, they can also be classified. Next, based upon the thermal behavior, they are considered classified into two types of things, that is thermoplastic and thermosetting. Okay, thermoplastics are nothing but those polymers which are generally hardened on this cooling without changing their properties. When they are heating properties, they can melt it or they can be softer like plastics. You know that plastics, when you apply heat, the plastics change their rigidity to make a softer ones, and but when they're getting cooling on the lowering the temperature, they are getting hardened. But due to this transformation of softening and hardening, they are not going to changes their property. Okay, they are not changing their property. Means we are considering the physical property or chemical property. The looks obviously is that the looks is changes upon the thermal behavior, because if we are softening the plastic or softening one polymer, then it changes its sizes and shapes. So looks are different, getting different, but the physical properties like other property, melting point, etc. This not doesn't change. Okay, neither the chemical property of this plastic, because plastics remains plastic, but it gets softened and hardened. So these are kind of thermoplastic. If we see the structure of this thermoplastic polymer, we can see that there are linear polymers or linear molecules which are bonded through this addition reaction mainly, and due to absence of cross linkage, there are, so these kind of polymers are generally linear polymer or branched chain polymer, but there are no cross linkage that is present in the cross linked polymer. So due to absence of this cross linkage, their bonding property are generally weaker, and they can tend to break their bonding, and due to this breaking of their bonding, they can be changes their physically appearances. Okay. Next, that is thermosetting plastic. Thermosetting setting plastic can be softened, can't be softened. So the switch is there. You know that some short circuit if happen in the switch boxes, the switch box doesn't change its size or shape. Okay, it's obvious that if you applied more amount of heat or energy, then it can change its desired properties. It is obvious, but in natural processes or in the normal process where the other plastics generally soften, but this thermosetting plastic cannot soften, and upon cooling they are also not getting hardened. So their this physical property remains the same. Okay, so that's kind of substance is thermosetting plastic, and the one example is bakelite, and you must have known that the bakelite is an example of cross-linked polymer also. So there are generally, due to this cross-linkage, their bond breaking property is very difficult, and so they are not getting their bond broken, and they are preparing by their condensation reaction, and the condensation polymers are generally remove the water molecule, or the other ammonia can be there, HCl can be there, or any other thing can be there that can be removed from the structural property, and they form a cross linkage bonding. And in this thermoplastic polymer, they are having the van der Waals forces, and this thermosetting plastic, they are the cross linked bondage between the molecule, or that can be of a covalent bond. They are generally strong bond, and they can be broken with the thermal behavior or applying the thermal energy. Okay. Next comes to the polymers that are based on the mode of synthesis. So based on mode of synthesis, there are two types: addition polymer and condensation polymer. Addition polymer generally formed by the addition reaction between the monomers that contains a double bond. This addition reaction generally goes through this normal free radical mechanism or anionic mechanism, cationic mechanism. They generally contain the three steps. that is the initiation, chain elongation, and chain termination process that we are going to see in the next class. But this is the addition polymers where the double bond is generally that break the double bonds or the pi bonds between this double bond. We know that they are in double bond, one is sigma bond, another is pi bond. So pi bond is nothing but the electron cloud, and due to applying the energy on this bond, they just break this electron cloud, and electron are shifting towards the carbon. Okay, so carbon are getting their electron back, and due to this polymerization reaction, so carbon which getting their electron back, they are sharing this electron with other carbon so that the bonding can be there. So here the n indicates the n number of molecules. If we are having this 3, so we will get here 3, or if we are getting we are putting 10 ethylene molecule, so we are going to get a molecule where we have the 10 number of ethylene molecule is there. So as a total 20 carbon will be there in this polyethylene texture, and based upon their structure, this polythene or PE can be divided into various types like LDPE, that is low density polyethylene, HDPE, that is high density polyethylene. So low density polyethylene generally contains the less number of polyethylene molecules, but HDPE that contains generally more number of polyethylene molecules. That's why they are more denser. Okay. Based upon this condensation reaction, they are condensation polymers. These polymerization occurs by removal of simple molecule like water, carbon dioxide, NH3, HCl, etc. Like this is a type of condensation molecule. Like this is the structure of glucose, and this is also the structure of glucose. So this water molecule are getting removed, and which form the glycosidic bond. This is a type of covalent bond. This is known as glycosidic bond, and water is removed. So the structure of glycogen, starch, they are polymer, but they form by condensation reaction, and this is kind of bond that contains in the starch or in the glycogen molecule. Not only in biologically obtained polymers, because starch, cellulose, these kind of things are obtained naturally, but the synthetic molecule also contain this kind of condensation polymers where the condensation reaction is there. So two molecules are getting joined by the reaction, and due to this reaction there are some removal of other molecules that helps the other monomers to join with each other. Okay, so in next class we are going to see the other kind of polymers. Students, if you have any doubts or any discussion regarding this classification or introduction of polymers, you can pin the comment. Otherwise, if you may require anything, you can contact me, or any suggestion is there is mostly welcome. So thank you friends, thank you for sparing your time with me. Have a nice day.